You know, this video is about learning lessons. Now you have to excuse me right now because Stu and I are just cracking up because I just fed the dogs 2 minutes ago and had a fly literally fly up my nose and down my throat. So I'm a little wigged out right now. Now, that being said, we've got Rangers Tampa to talk about, and we've got something at the back end we'll get to with the Panthers. But as far as Rangers Panthers, 3.8 seconds wasn't enough for other teams to go, hey, maybe we should just not let Tampa have the puck at all near the end of the game. So then the Rangers lose it with 42 seconds. And then the Rangers, Tampa tied the game with what? 2 minutes left in the second period, right? I mean, another late period goal. And then with a $1.50 left, I just help me understand life, Stu, because I don't understand. I mean, your friend Brian talked about the Panthers being a team of destiny. How many late game goals can a team get before you start wondering, I think this team's going to win the whole damn thing?
Well, you just got to hand it to, they just played 60 minutes. In fact, if you look at the last few seconds of the game, Kucherov was still going. Right. Now, I personally agree with what he did because the game was over and he just did it as a taunting move and it ended up being an end of the game scrum, fight, whatever. So, those are the things that Kucherov does, which make me hate him as a person, but as a player, obviously, he's dynamite. I mean, he had the assist on the empty netter, great pass, but listen, team of destiny, whatever you want to call it. I call it a team that plays 60 minutes, that doesn't give up, that goes full tilt at the end.
Right.
Obviously, they want it. They want this cup.
Yeah.
So,
that's the way.
Hats off to them. I don't see the Rangers coming back after this defeat. In fact, I have a feeling Vasilevsky's going to shut him out.
Yeah, I was looking at that this morning because I was wondering how many goals they'd scored in the last 3. It was 4 goals because I was getting ready to think that Tampa was going to do to them what they did to us was 3 goals in the last 4 games, but they've already scored 4. So if they shut out, if they get shut out and lose game 6, they did 1 goal better than the Panthers. Zoom is telling me to start the meeting that I'm already started. Zoom is very confused.
You gotta stop setting those clocks.
No, it does it on its own. Anyway. So
listen, it just listen. Obviously, Tampa hadn't played for 9 days.
Right.
It showed.
Right.
They woke up. Yep. They're playing Tampa hockey now, and
right.
If it gets closed out in the next game, we're looking at a really good series.
Right.
Well, don't know what 9 days off or a week off with Colorado is going to do.
Right.
Colorado has home ice, so that's going to be interesting. But listen, man, Tampa smells it.
Yeah,
they smell it right now. I mean, and the goals that were scored. I mean, the tying one. I mean, that just like a broken record. You don't shoot, you don't score.
Right.
And unfortunately for the Florida Panthers, they don't shoot enough. Just an innocent, not innocent shot, but just a shot on goal. You never know what's going to happen.
Right.
And whether it went off Palat's pants or whatever, or he didn't touch it. Sergachev he didn't even fire it. He just
he just threw it on net both times,
and it went in. And on the winning goal, Corey Perry took Vasilevsky's eyes. I mean, Shesterkin's eyes away.
Yeah,
he just stood there.
Right. Yeah,
like a frozen statue, but it was good enough, And listen, the Rangers had their chances. I thought it was a good game. I thought both teams played good.
Right.
Obviously, the killer was the Dylan Strome. What can you say? He just his forward momentum. If he stops short and
Right.
has an opportunity to touch that puck, it's
Right.
in.
Right.
Vasilevsky
Right.
got it, but
But Tampa
that's
made
how
the, yeah, Tampa
that's
deflected
how
it.
it goes.
Right.
That's how
Right.
it
Right.
goes.
Right. So, and the other thing of it is that it's, I've seen a few people talking about how they think, the Rangers, since they're so young, it's just kind of run out of gas here. And I mean, I guess that's somewhat possible. What I'm seeing is a duplicate of the last few games against the Panthers, where it kind of looks like an even hockey game, but then when it comes that clutch time, somehow Tampa gets the puck in the back of the net every time. You know what I mean? Somehow they're the team that just finds a way. And, at some point you start, and I'm not saying Tampa's not good. Don't get me wrong. I'm not, but at some point, you start to look at it, like I said in the beginning, destiny, like your friend said, there's a certain manner of puck luck, but then there's, you make your own puck luck too, right?
Wait, here's what happened. And it happened on the Ranger goal too. And I know that you guys can go back and look at old videos, because this is a play that always gets me crazy. When a defensive man blindly throws the puck around the boards,
Right.
expecting that one of his players is going to get his pass.
Right.
Whether it's on the forehand or the backhand. And that led to all of those goals.
Right.
The Ranger goal was scored that way because Bogosian, blindly passed it around the boards and no one was there, and Klingman, whatever, he got it, he shot it, surprised Vasilevsky, it's in.
Right.
Same thing on the Sergachev goals. So, that's you can't do that.
No.
You can't make bad decisions with the puck. You
Right.
can't blindly pass the puck.
Right.
Same thing, you can't go cross ice with the puck.
Right.
Because a majority of the time it gets intercepted and leads to a breakaway. So anyway, that's how quick, and it happens really quick.
Right. Yeah.
It's like, round the net, I ran around the boards, boom, 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 Tampa gets it, boom, 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 bang, it's in.
Yep.
So
that's it. Right.
Defensive mistakes, Eric.
Yeah. No,
in the
and
playoffs, in the playoffs, it's defensive mistakes.
Yep. And that's what
goaltending.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think I got a better chance of me getting a full head of hair back by next week than the Rangers do of going into Tampa and winning game 6. No disrespect to the Ranger fans, but that series was lost last night with 2 minutes left. I just you could give me $1 million and I'm going to put it all on Tampa to win that game. Let's just put it that way. That's what they do. And get your goose eggs ready. Get your zeros ready for your scoreboards, because Vasilevsky has a habit of doing that, and it ain't like the Rangers have been lighting it up. I mean, like you said, I'm not saying it was a lucky goal, but they've had some opportunities. They did have a few more. I felt like they had more offensive opportunities really than Tampa did. I mean, Tampa's goals, it wasn't like they were possessing the puck and shot after shot. It was just both times, just like that went in. And, that's how you have to do it in the playoffs, unfortunately, is Tampa just plays the game and just sitting around and waiting for the other team to make a mistake, and they put it in the back of the net. And they win the cup.
That's exactly it. And I will tell you, at the end of the game, I watched as the players were hitting off the ice. I was watching Vasilevsky. He is pumped.
Right. Yeah.
He's pumped.
Right.
And that's why I made my prediction at the start of the video saying I wouldn't be surprised to see him shut the Rangers out in the next game. It's just been his.
That's what he does.
If you look at past clinching games, that's what he does.
Well, it's either 6 of 7 now or was 6 of 7 before he did it to us. Whatever it is, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. So, all right. Let's talk about these couple of things that have gone on they haven't really gone on, but the couple of social media posts that you and I have seen, and a few people tagged us on Twitter. So there's two very, and I'm going to completely blow up my own narrative and completely change teams based on two things I've seen. Stu sent me yesterday Jonathan Huberdeau's Instagram post. And basically, if you've seen women make their like hot girl summer posts, it was I'm home for summer, baby. And he's showing the lake and everything like that. And I'm thinking, I'm not so sure he gets it. And I understand he's young and he can go live his best life and everything like that. But maybe wait for the finals to be over before you go publicly celebrating that you're on vacation. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. And then Mackenzie Weegar goes on the podcast with.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it one at a time.
All right. Well, I kind of wanted to compare the two, but
okay. Go ahead.
The point I'm making is that Weegar goes on the podcast and he owns it. He owns it. He owns what he did. It says, and et cetera, et cetera. And I'm looking at what Weegar's saying, and I'm looking at what Huberdeau's doing, and I'm going, well, they're both on expiring contracts, and one has the attitude I'd like for somebody to have, and one doesn't. So that's all I'll say about that right now. Go ahead, buddy.
Well, obviously, I was extremely disturbed when I saw it, and then I sent it to you. Because when I first saw it, I'm like, what the F is this, man? He just got it. They just had the most devastating loss in the franchise's history. The loss was more devastating than 96 because we were only a 3-year-old team at that point.
Right.
We worked so hard to get where we were this year. And your phrase, what a waste. And Huberdeau was a big part of that.
Right.
That devastating loss.
Yes.
And for him to put on I just don't, baby. I mean, the guy should be laying low right now, and the guy should be just thinking about how he didn't contribute, he didn't step up, he didn't lead, he didn't score, he didn't contribute, and we lost an opportunity at the Cup.
Right.
And he was one of two players that the team looks to for leadership and the fans. Right. I mean, it's an insult to the fans. It's an insult to me, to you, and every Panther fan out there that he's not being more devastated, using that word again, but even he's not more devastated than than he should be.
Yeah. I mean, just
like la-di-da, summer's here,
Well, the home for summer vacation, baby. And it's like, can we talk about why you're home for summer vacation for 5 minutes? And so it just, like I've said, I get it. They're allowed to live their lives. They're people, but if that's what you're going to do, just maybe wait to be so public about how happy you are that you're not playing hockey, because home for summer vacation, baby, means, well, I ain't working. It's not just
called young.
It's not just me.
Young and dumb.
Right. And then we've bitched about Weegar all year long. And at the very least, he's publicly going, yeah, I fucked up. I got to do better. I can't do that. I mean, you can't ask for more. You can't ask for more than from the guy at that point. And so I don't know, I'm going to go change my video from Bob and Weegar to Bob and Huberdeau. We'll get more back because look, I mean, I'm not being kind of sarcastic about it, obviously, but if I'm Zito and I'm sitting in the room, I'm going, well, we can only keep one of these guys because of money. Yeah, Huberdeau's great, and that's everything like that. But what did I say in that video? I said the team needs an attitude adjustment. In the season-ending video, it was like, we've got the players. What we need is a change of attitude. And I see one guy that gets it, and one guy that I don't think does get it. And I don't understand, because the previous year he was all upset and disappointed, and we saw him with his head down and all of that. then this year, the day after, he's out at Los Olas partying, and then this year he's, and now with the summer post, it's like you start to wonder if he's thinking that. I start to wonder. I see his social media posts, those two things, and I start to wonder, is he coming back? Does he know something we don't? Because he doesn't seem to be as emotionally
engaged
as he was the previous year. That this I don't know. Somebody tell me if I'm just being an old fuddy-duddy, I can own that. All right. But it's a home for summer vacation baby. It's like, are you not aware what I don't know. I'll shut up. I don't know. If
Definitely
it's just
not a good PR move on his part.
right.
Yeah, as far as the Weegar thing, obviously I
Yeah.
saw it and I sent it to you, and I did, put a reply up there, giving him
Right.
Weegar much respect.
Right.
But I also had to add, too bad he didn't learn his lesson, because he gave the puck away a couple of times and cost us a couple of games in the Tampa series. But
right.
the fact that he owned it,
Yeah,
really raised my respect level for him.
right. Right.
But again, as far as signing him, we don't have the money. So I mean, it's not a personal thing. I'm going to emphasize that to people that think I hate Mackenzie Weegar. I do not. I just think at this point in time, we got to be smart where the money goes. As far as, I don't see us getting rid of Huberdeau.
I know.
I don't see that happening.
Right.
But if I'm Bill Zito, man, I'm calling him up right now and saying, listen, Hubie, I wasn't, I know it's your personal life, and
right.
I have no right to, impinge on your personal stuff, but social media, not very, not a good look as far as, fans watching that.
Right.
And thinking the same thing that, that Stu's thinking, which is, hey, you just lost the most important series that you guys have played up to date. And it's only been a couple of weeks ago. And it was embarrassing to get swept after being the #1 team in the league, and like, you've forgotten about it already.
Right. Well, yeah.
I mean, that wound should be so deep that these guys should have a miserable summer thinking about how they threw the best season ever, how they flushed it down the toilet.
Look, even what you're going to do is you're going to go home and go fishing and go jet skiing, the post that you make on social media is of you at the gym saying, back in the gym, working hard to get better for next year. That's the social media post that you make if you've got the right mindset. And that's the, even if that's not what you're going to do, you make it appear to the fans as though that's what you're going to go do, so that the fans are like, all right, we know these guys, they get it. They're going to work hard. They're going to come back. And
it's all about perception.
Right. It's all about perception. And so when you sent me that, I kind of went apoplectic a little bit, because
just imagine me when I first saw it.
Right.
What?
Yeah. And then it's just because, and then you just contrast it to the Weegar thing. And because he went on the podcast, I forget the name of the podcast, but it's the one with Scotty Upshaw, the one that Jimmy Hayes had started with them before he passed away. So he went on before anybody asks, well, how come we can't get players? It's like, because we're not former players, right? We're just two old grumpy men with cigars and puppets, and apparently the team's not so sure about us just yet, and that's fine. Most of the women we've been with ain't so sure about us yet either, so it works out that way. But so to close it up, how many cups in a row is Tampa going to win? I mean, I'm looking at the Eastern Conference, and until we figure out what the Panthers are doing at coach, we don't know if we're building a team that's going to beat them. Now, the Rangers look like they could be a team that that could take them on next season, but I think this one's done. And when I say done, I mean getting as far as getting to the finals. Now, I've seen it's going to be a hell of a. I've seen a lot of different opinions, and they all come in the form of Colorado's going to kick Tampa's ass or Tampa's going to kick Colorado's ass. You mentioned the time off. That's going to be an interesting thing because Colorado's already going to have some time off. I don't know how much time off they put in between
the end of one series and the start of another.
I don't know either, but
the main thing for Colorado is Kemper is going to get a chance to heal up.
Yeah.
If anything.
Right.
But just think about this. Tampa lost Blake Coleman, Yanni Gourde, Goudreau, and Tyler Johnson.
Right.
Think about that.
Yeah.
And then they brought in Corey Perry, Paul Hagel.
Right. Yeah.
They find so you got to give props to the GM and that staff for making those moves, replacing the guys that they lost, because to me it's like they didn't really lose anything. In fact, Corey Perry has had a rebirth.
Yeah.
I mean, he's playing like Corey Perry I guess he's, obviously you get another chance in life to win the cup after all these years. And you make the most of it. But I really like the way Corey Perry is playing.
Yeah. No, he's in the right place at the right time every time.
Right place at the right time.
And it's not that's the thing with Tampa. More than anything else, it's like if you watch most other teams, watch Panthers, whoever you're watching, it's like when they get an opportunity, a lot of times, the puck just went over his stick or just went under his stick or it was bouncing or they whiffed on the shot. That tends to happen. It's a normal hockey thing. But with Tampa, it just seems like it hardly ever happens. It's like they get an opportunity and the puck doesn't bounce over their stick. It might bounce, but somehow it doesn't bounce over their stick and it's in the back of the net. It's just there's this little extra thing that happens with Tampa. You could call it luck, you could call it skill, you could call it whatever you want, but it just seems like they can get two opportunities in an entire game and both opportunities are in the back of the net. And that's all I'm saying.
They also have a great coach.
Right. Yeah.
Got to give credit to Cooper, man. Now look at, there was a comment made at the end of the game. And they brought in Hagel, who had scored a whole bunch of goals for Chicago. And Cooper said, he's become more of a defensive forward.
Right. Yeah.
So I just like, they're peaking now.
Yeah.
Those three wins.
Right.
With less than a couple of minutes left. I think there was another one. I think they tied the game in another game with a couple of minutes to go or whatever.
Yeah. I think it was.
I don't know. Whatever. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
We'll have to make a video when the series is officially over.
Yeah.
For our final preview.
Right.
But
yeah.
Kucherov, man.
Yeah, I know. The whole.
I hate the guy.
Right.
But I love his play.
Yeah.
The guy is a great player. Hey, what we didn't even mention, a minute and a half into the game, he takes a slap shot and rings it off the post.
Well,
that could have been 1-0. Less than 2 minutes into the game. I mean, it was that shot was in, it was a blast.
Yeah, and they hit a second post. I forget who it was. They beat Durkin twice, glove side in the first, and they could have, should have, would have been 2-0.
But I'm anxious to see Vasilevsky in this next game to see if he sticks it to him with the shutout.
And Ranger fans, I have no answers for you. I wish I could. The only thing they did, activate the D a little bit last night. But when Vasilevsky says no goals, nobody has any answers. I'm sorry, I don't.
And Tampa's defense, I told you about those four guys. You got Sergachev, you got Chernak, you got McDonough, and you got Hedman.
Right.
Those four guys are really hard to beat.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So
Well,
anyway,
right.
what are you gonna do?
All right.
What are you gonna
So, what do we got? Today is Friday. So it's about 10 o'clock. This is about 9:20. Somewhere about 2 o'clock, the Crazy Bill episode will be up. Got to finish that up today. Then no hockey tonight. We got hockey tomorrow. So the stream will be 1 hour before the game tomorrow, like it always is. And then Stu and I will be back Sunday morning, which would probably be a wrap up of that series, if New York goes into Tampa and wins Game 6, I will do the recap with no hat. That's
anything's listen. Anything's possible, man. It ain't over. It ain't over till it's over. Obviously,
I
mean, we're both predicting Tampa closing it out, but you never know.
I would be, I think it's gonna. I would not even blink. I wouldn't even be surprised if like the Rangers had a 2-1 lead with 5 minutes left in the third period, and Tampa scored 2 in the last 5 and goes to the finals. Wouldn't even blink. I'd be like, yep, saw that coming. I can't bet against them. I don't trust them to lose, like ever. It's just ridiculous. Never seen anything like it. So, all right. Appreciate all the support. And we'll be plenty of content. Don't worry. Just because hockey's ending, the content's not ending. So, all right. I just can't believe it.
Like button.
Yeah.
Subscribe.
Yep.
Notifications.
Yep. All right, guys.
Have a good day, all.
Yep. Appreciate all the support.